talking to Rachel Damon, who is with the publicity department from the Fryeburg Fair. You are the publicity department.
I am the publicity department, yes.
As I understand. So that's a big responsibility.
One-woman show.
Big responsibility because this is a big fair, and it starts tomorrow.
Right.
Give me an idea of the size of the Fryeburg Fair. If someone is visiting from away, haven't been to the Fryeburg Fair before, what is this? How big is this fair?
This fair is huge. We think it's the biggest deal in the entire country, and I really, really do think that's true. It's a very big deal. We have over 3,000 campers that are there. We have 1,600 coming in today.
Wow.
So traffic's going to be very, very busy in Fryeburg. And the best thing you can do is monitor the traffic a little bit. And don't get stuck in traffic because that can tend to irritate a little bit.
Yep.
But it's the way it goes because Fryeburg is a 2-lane highway.
Yep.
And so it's best to avoid certain times. Next Saturday, which will be our biggest day at the fair, traffic will be wild.
Right.
And so it's best to come in early, come the night before and camp out, or come later in the day. But it's best to get there early because next Saturday is the most awesome day at the fair.
Okay.
But they're all great.
Set me up. You're
Okay.
Rachel Damon. You're not working for the fair. You're just going as a visitor.
Oh, good.
What day do you choose to go and what time? Give me your perfect Fryeburg Fair itinerary.
Right. Well, my perfect itinerary would be to go every single day, take the whole 8 days off. And the first thing I would do is I'd walk in the front gate early in the morning, maybe around 8, something like that. I'd immediately go get a good cup of coffee, and there's plenty to choose from, and then I go directly to Tom's Jumbo Donut, where you're going to find a little bit of a line. And then,
but you need that energy to get you through the rest of the fair. To get you through the next food item.
Right, exactly.
Which may be as far as 20 feet away.
They are the most awesome things, and I don't even really like donuts that much, but these are unbelievable. And the people are also friendly in the line because they're also happy to be getting their donuts. So you meet all these folks from all over New England and all over the U.S. So you get your donut, you've got your coffee, and you immediately go to the draft horse barn because there's nothing like the smell of draft horses in the morning.
Right after your donut.
Yeah.
Now
with your donut.
You get this down, so you're speaking from experience.
I'm experienced. I'm 53, and I've missed one fair since birth. So I like to think I know what I'm doing as far as a fairgoer is.
How has the fair changed over the years? Because you've been at it for 52 years, I guess. The fair itself is 160?
161. This is our 161st fair.
So in your years, how has it changed over the years, or has it changed?
Yeah. It has changed a little bit, but I think the beauty of the fair is the piece that remains the same, which is the absolute 100% commitment to agriculture, to family farming, to being a showcase for these people who give their lives to the soil, to animals, and to the whole, and farming is becoming a bit of a historical kind of thing in some regards. So agriculture is the piece, and that has gone fairly unchanged, only improved. We've added a lot more things. And for this particular year, we used to have under one of our grandstands, we had hogs and goats. Now it's all hogs. We built a separate goat barn. Excuse me, now it's all goats. We built a separate hog barn, which I understand I'm now supposed to call them swine. So
the swine barn?
Let's call it the swine barn.
Okay.
And then we have a new oxen barn also. And we've paved a lot more of our area, so it's a lot cleaner and easier to walk on, and no dirt and that kind of thing. And so the things that have changed is that the vendors kind of do roll over a little bit, but some vendors we've had for several decades, and they love coming. The excitement about the fair is wonderful because people really do appreciate the same things and slight tweaks, only making them better. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful place.
I think that is one of the big attractions of the fair, is that kind of sameness from year to year.
Right.
You don't get tired of doing the same things over and over. It really becomes kind of a tradition. It's like, I don't know, watching football on Thanksgiving or something like that. You don't get tired of the Lions and the Cowboys who always play every Thanksgiving. That's just what that's what it is.
Yeah.
And when you go to the Fryeburg Fair, you experience things that you unless you're, I guess, in the agriculture business, many of us, including myself, you don't get to experience.
Right.
And you don't really get an appreciation for it until you're at the Fryeburg Fair. And you feel like all of a sudden you're back in the turn of the century in the 1800s or something like that.
It's great.
When the fair was first started. We're looking at some video footage where this is some live music Well, it's not live right this second, but live music does abound at the Fryeburg Fair.
Yeah, it does.
Tell me about that.
Okay, we have several different parks and areas where we have different musicians and performances, and then we have our night shows, which are absolutely awesome. And we like to think at the Fryeburg Fair that we have jettisoned a few people into fame, including Lady Antebellum, who left Fryeburg Fair and just made it huge.
Wow. When did they play? A couple years ago?
A couple of years ago. And Jamie Johnson. Oh my God, Jamie Johnson, phenomenal.
I was so disappointed that I wanted to see him so badly, and I think I had to leave the fair early that night, and I was so bummed.
Yeah, I actually ended up there just because, and I wasn't doing the publicity then, but so I ended up seeing his show and I was absolutely blown away. I immediately went to iTunes that night and bought his entire album. He went on to be nominated for 17 Grammys, and I believe he's won 2 or 3, but he's a phenomenal talent. He's got a huge career.
What did he win? He won like the CMA like Artist of the Year award last year.
Yeah, and he hosted it with Kid
Song
Rock.
of the Year.
Hosted the CMAs.
I mean, we're talking about major acts. Who have we got this year that's going to all of a sudden be huge next year, and everybody's going to say, I should have seen him when I was at Fryeburg?
Right. Well, you should go to all of them because they're all just on the cusp of making it big. But there's 6 shows, and they all start at 8, and they go for about an hour, maybe a little bit more. But the one that I'm going to be excited about is called Stealing Angels, and this is 3 gals who are very, very talented, and one of them is the granddaughter of Loretta Lynn, one of them is the granddaughter of John Wayne, and one of them is a descendant of Daniel Boone.
Wow.
So I'm going to be interviewing them on Wednesday night, and I'm taking some pictures with a couple of people from around Fryeburg, and I'm really, really excited about them. But we have Randy Hauser,
who I believe I checked him out on your website, and then I went to his website, and I've heard his songs before on the radio. So he's big. He
is big, yeah. And they're just all incredible talents. So it's just so much fun. And then on Friday night, the best thing to do is to come to the night show. The second the musicians are done with their last note, the fireworks start. And it's a wonderful, wonderful fireworks show.
That's Friday night?
That's Friday night.
Now, is this all included in the Fryeburg Fair admission?
All included. Wow. $10 will get you everything at Fryeburg Fair.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
can't beat that. And on top of that, these are really the big stars of the fair that we're looking at right now.
That is correct, yeah. That's correct.
The animals are not allowed on the Ferris wheel, I don't believe.
They still are not allowed on there because they try to jump out, yeah.
Some things never change.
But a couple of other things that I wanted to remind the viewers about is the draft horses and the hitches that we do at the Fryeburg Fair go from a 2-hitch all the way up to an 8-hitch. And it's just the most phenomenal thing to see. And that's on Thursday. I can't remember the exact time, but you've got 2 people in a wagon commanding 8 draft horses. It's an incredible feat of skill and talent. It's just phenomenal and the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. So that's one of my favorite things. And then the Grand Parade is at 10 o'clock on Saturday of next week. And that's about 2 hours long. It's just a highlight of everything at Fryeburg Fair. Best to sit there, again, with your coffee and your donut or your fries, whatever you want.
Take an alternate route. Do you have any alternate routes that you can recommend if people maybe are heading from the North Conway area, perhaps?
Absolutely. Go right down East Conway Road, go by Sherman's, and then you're going to go down by my house, which is on Route 113. Yeah, I'd like to hear from people, yeah. And then you cross over Corn Shop Road. And when you get to the end of Corn Shop, you take a right, and then you go right to the fair that way. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's the way we go. It's you avoid the traffic. It's a beautiful ride.
It is,
through farm country and the back country. And again, you beat the traffic, and it's a great way to go.
It is.
So if people want more information on the fair, what do you think the best thing to do is? Should they go to the website?
Yes. www.fryeburgfair.org. It's very, very comprehensive. We have a brand new website that we put up in June. And if you really, really can't find the information there, call the fair, 935-3268. I was going to give out my cell phone, but I best not. So hopefully everybody will find everything. But just come to the fair, pick up a brochure that you've got in your hand right there. And there's also an entertainment brochure which tells all about the daily performances. We've just got some incredible kick butt folks out there performing, and great animals, phenomenal food. Most of the fries at Fryeburg Fair are made with potatoes just dug in Fryeburg, Maine.
No
That's
kidding.
a really, really awesome thing. We've got Stan's fries, we've got the Steve's, we've got the King and Queen.
Okay, I'm ready to go already.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Very, very good stuff.
Well, you heard the information from the expert right here, so she has set you up for the perfect visit to the Fryeburg Fair. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Maybe we'll see you out there. It's a good thing you didn't give away your cell phone, because our viewers may be giving you a call during, like, when they go to see the horse pull and the stands are full. They're looking for, like, you to help them out with a seat or something like that. So get there early, get there often, and the Fryeburg Fair is online at FryeburgFair.org. Rachel, Damon, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Have a great week at the Fryeburg Fair.
I plan on it.
And we'll be back with more White Mountains Today.